welcome back. So today I'm bringing you guys another video, and this is going to be a tutorial on this look that I am wearing right here. I am super excited for this tutorial for a couple of reasons, but the number one reason is because it is using the new Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette, and I am so excited for this palette. I've been so excited for this palette ever since I found out that it was coming out. I was just like, I know a lot of companies are starting to come out with their holiday palettes and like their holiday kits and all this stuff, and I honestly am not really that excited for any of them other than this one. I just love this so much. I loved the Lorac Mega Pro 1, and so when I saw this coming out, I was just like, yes. And then Ulta even did like an early release for like platinum members, and I mean, obviously I'm a platinum member because I spend way too much money. So I got the chance to pick it up before it releases. I think it actually releases like to the public on Sunday, and the day that I'm like October 4th, and the day I'm filming this is October 2nd, although it probably won't be up for like 2 weeks after this. But I'm just so excited to have gotten my hands on this, and honestly, when I first got this in the mail, I know you guys know the colors that stood out to me. So the colors obviously are Melon, Tangerine, anything that's warm tone, really. All those colors were just like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to use me. So that's exactly what I did today. So if you guys don't know how I got this look, then please just keep on watching. So like I said in the beginning, we are working with the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette, and obviously mine is messed up already and dirty on the front because I am the world's biggest mess. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the color Melon, and I'm taking this with my MAC 224 blending brush. Any blending brush that you have will do. I'm just using the fluffiest brush that I can just to work this in the crease. We're gonna get a little bit of definition in the crease, not really much from this color, just because it is a very soft, warm tone orange shade. It reminds me a lot of Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek, but I feel like this one is just a little bit more orange than Peach Smoothie. Then I'm going to go in with the color Tangerine, which is like a straight up matte orange, like there's no denying it. And I'm taking it with my Coastal Scents blending brush. You guys already know what's going on with this brush. You know the obsession already. We're going to move on from that. And I'm just going to apply this more directly into the crease, not quite as blown out as we applied Melon. We're just going to kind of focus this a little bit more directly into like that eye socket of the crease. Then I'm going to go in, because obviously this looks really crazy, I'm going to go in with the MAC 224 again, and just like a teeny little bit of Melon, like literally just a little like beep, that's it. And I'm just going to blend that out even further, because we really want this, of course, to have no harsh lines, just like we want every other makeup look we ever do in our entire lives to have no harsh lines. So just blend till you can't blend anymore, and then blend a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Custard, which is just like a soft yellow banana shade. And I'm taking it with a MAC 242 brush. Any flat brush that you have will do just fine. And I'm just applying this kind of like on the inner half of the eyelid. We don't want to go too far out, but we also want to make sure that we don't go into the inner corner, because we are going to add a little bit of like shimmery sparkle funness to the inner corner. Then I'm going in with the color Goji, which is a matte dusty pink shade, and I actually really like this color. And I'm taking this with a Morphe brush, in which I don't know the name or the number, but I will leave it in the description box. Any brush honestly will do for this. You just want something that's not too dense, so that it really kind of blends things, because this is kind of going to be like the in-between shade between what we put on our outer corner and the banana shade that we place on the inner portion of our lid. And then, just because we want to make it a little bit brighter, obviously, I'm just going to go in with Custard one more time and just brighten up that inner corner. Then we're going to go into the color Purple, which honestly is probably my least favorite shade that I've used for the look so far. I honestly feel like it is just not as pigmented as the other shades, and I feel like it just like doesn't show up well, and it's a little bit like choppy and chalky. So I personally don't like this purple, so I would use a different purple if I was recreating this look. And I'm just going to use this on our outer V, and I really wanted something that reminded me a lot of a sunset, so that's why I went with like the purple, the pink, and the orange. I felt like it all was like really reminiscent of a sunset. Then I'm going in to just blend out the harsh lines that the purple may have created, because I mean, I did go in and like try to pack that on the outer V, since we're not going in with black today. I know, surprise, surprise. Then I'm going in with the Tattoo Liner and Trooper by Kat Von D. I do have a video where I just go really in depth on how I do my eyeliner and apply my false lashes, so I am going to link that down in the description box just in case you guys are curious. And then I'm going to move back onto the face. I'm just going to do concealer before I do my lower lash line. So I'm using the MAC Prolongwear Concealer. I always use the shade NC30. I don't really use NW because I know a lot of people really like NW. But personally, I feel like my skin is so yellow. NW looks a little bit like loco on my skin, so I don't really do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and conceal and highlight where you guys always see me do that. And then I'm going in with the Marc Jacobs Instamark Light Filtering Contour Powder. And I'm using the banana colored shade, which, by the way, guys, this is the first time I ever hit pan on a powder. Like, I can't even handle my life right now. I hit pan on something. Can we just take a moment? Okay, the moment's done. So now I'm just going to go ahead and bake with that. And then I just waited a little bit and I just wiped it away with a dual fiber brush by Real Techniques. Any brush you have to wipe it away will be fine. I did apply my lashes, but like I said, I am going to link that video in the description box where I go more in depth. And the lashes that I am using are MakeupShayla by Flutter Lashes. And now I'm just lining my waterline with the Marc Jacobs, what is it called? No, it's not Instamark. Too many Marc Jacobs products in one video. Highliner and Blacquer. You guys know this is like my all-time favorite black liner. Then I'm going into the color Black, and I'm going to go ahead and just like smudge that out a little bit on the lower lash line. And then I'm going into the color Tangerine, and I'm going to go ahead and smudge the black out now. So we're just smudging a whole bunch of things. And the brush that I'm using for this is the Sigma E30 pencil brush. And before this, I was using the Sigma E20 brush, and I think that's called the short shader brush. I love both of these brushes so much for my lower lash line. Honestly, like, I have so many of each of them because I just can't do an eye look without them. Then I'm going into Moonlight. That's probably the only shimmery eyeshadow that we're using in this look. And I'm just going to take that onto the inner corners of the eyes. You guys know how I love an inner corner highlight. If you guys don't like something super intense like this, you can probably just go in with something matte so that it's not so in your face. Then I did apply some mascara on my lower lashes, and this is the finished look. And obviously my hair likes to just be in the way and steal all the attention. I don't really know what's up. Then I'm going into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Powder in the color Earth. And I have like every single Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Powder pretty much. And this one is my favorite. I love it so much. I always go back to it because it looks so good with my skin tone and so quote unquote natural. And then I'm going into the color Cinnamon, which is a much warmer shade, and because it is warmer, I'm using it kind of as bronzer, just like to warm up the parameters of my face. And I am using a Sigma tapered highlighter brush. This is the F35. This is what I use to contour and to bronze. I don't like it for highlighting, but I love it to contour and bronze. It's just like amazing to me. Then I'm going into another Anastasia contour powder in the color Peachy, and I'm actually using this as my blush. And I have been so obsessed with this as a blush. I used to be, when I first got this, I was just like on a kick with it. This and the color Sandstone, they are so beautiful as blushes, but I'm on it again, and I don't know why I ever stopped. It's just like so amazing. And then I'm going back into the Marc Jacobs Instamark Light Filtering Contour Powder. I had to think about that name for a second. And I'm just going to contour my nose with the contour side. I feel like that just is the perfect shade for my nose. I feel like I say that all the time with like a whole bunch of different powders. But this one is just, it's really perfect for my nose. I feel like it's not too dark, but it still is that ashy tone that you kind of really need when you're doing your nose. And then I'm going to highlight my cheekbones using, what is it called? Pure Hollywood? No, So Hollywood. I can't. Like, why do you have the names so close to each other? How can I remember that? So this is So Hollywood by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's a very golden toned shade, and you guys already know the obsession with the Anastasia highlighters. I will link my review down in the description box because I'm obsessed. And then I'm going in with the color Carob, also by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Honestly, guys, Anastasia Beverly Hills is one of my favorite makeup brands, if not my favorite makeup brand. And it's just like, I feel like she can literally do no wrong. So if you guys ever hear me say Anastasia Beverly Hills like 45 times in a video, that's why. So I just deepened up the outermost part of my contour with that, and now I'm going to line my lips with Plum Lip Pencil by MAC. And it's a very plummy mauve shade. I feel like there's a lot of mauve in there. I wouldn't say it's like just a straight up plum, but on someone of my skin tone, it almost looks like it could be just like a mauve, like a whirl. You know what I mean? And then I'm going in with this NYX Lip Suede, and holy crap, guys. This is one of the most incredible formulas I've ever like felt on my lips. They're so amazing. Honestly, after this day, I went out and bought so many more. The color I used, by the way, was Soft Spoken. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!